Hey guys, XX underscore weird wolf 43 here. So, today we're playing Roblox, but I need to check up on everything. Do that again. There. I'm back running. So guys, I'm looking at everything, what my friends are playing. Let's see. Someone. Give me a moment. Check up on everything. Okay, saved. It's only for a minute. Okay guys, this is how you do it. So you need to have Mobizen, Video Guru, Intro Maker if you want to make an intro, and YouTube. So once you get everything, once you get Mobizen, you record, and then after you make first you make an intro, and then you record a video out of anything. I recorded of Gacha Life, and then you go into Video Maker, press that, and then press the plus button at the bottom, press New Project, and press 2 or more, and then press the bottom right, and then there'll be a big arrow there, and then press that, and they'll show you all these details. And then you're done, and then go onto YouTube, go into the kind of record sign, and then press that, and then pick the one that had the thing on, like this. So while that's going on, let's react to some Pokédex leaked. There might be no sound.
Hi, I'm Mike. Poketips Mike, and it looks like Game Freak done goofed. About a week ago, the Isle of Armor DLC came out, and ever since then, data miners and hackers have been having a field day with all the extra stuff that Game Freak left in about the upcoming Pokemon DLC, the Crown Tundra. They left details about the map, future Pokemon events, characters, new items, lots of crazy stuff that if you guys want, I'll be talking about that very soon. But this right here is absolutely insane. It looks like right now we have the full list of all the returning Pokemon that are going to be coming back in the Crown Tundra DLC months before it's supposed to come out. So this information comes from Pokemon data miner ABC Boy 101 on Twitter and has been backed up by another Pokemon data miner, Matt Yukana, and it's pretty interesting. They were basically able to figure out all the returning Pokemon. I know the Swords of Justice trio and Keldeo, they're gonna have some sort of special event. I'm not sure if it's tied into the Dynamax adventures, but there's gonna be something special that when you capture these three...
Within the Pokemon community, there's a set of self-imposed rules you can add to the games to make them more challenging. For grinding, I was gonna have to do. I had to fight so many Merrills to get Zip Zap Zop on par with the rest of the team. You wanna know how many? The move Thunderbolt can be used 15 times before it runs out. And I had to go back to the Pokemon Center almost 6 separate times to refill it. Meaning Zip Zap Zop killed more than 80 Merrill that were living in that lake. Winona led with Swellow, which Zip Zap Zop was able to take out. But she immediately brought out Altaria, which made me very scared because I know she's got Earthquake on that thing. I didn't have a clean switch, and I knew no one on the team could take 2 hits from this Cloud Bird. So I ultimately decided that I'd have to have Zip Zap Zop paralyze it in exchange for his death. Goodbye, Zip Zap Zop. You weren't here for long, but your efforts will not be in vain. Oh my god! Somehow Zip Zap Zop lived the earthquake on 2 HP like a mad lad.
Whatever.
And Celio. Sin beat his Whiscash, and Chad finished off the Milotic. The team was
It's
perfect.
Milotic.
And after obtaining our final gym badge, I knew we were ready
Whatever.
for. We got through Victory Road. Wally tried to fight us for the last time, but he just needs to stop. We exited the cave, and there it was. The final challenge. Here we go. Sydney was up first, and honestly, he wasn't a challenge at all. Chad and Teriyaki were able to take care of his team with ease. Phoebe wasn't difficult either, with Sin and Blubby being MVPs. Glacio was a bit tougher. Teriyaki was able to take out her Glalie, and Spurky could handle her Celios, but her Walrein was the big problem. Walreins are thick, can tank a lot of hits, and can do a lot of damage. I would know, because I have one. I brought out Chad, and she was able to get in a good amount of damage, but she was ultimately killed by Blizzard. Sin came out to try and confuse it, but it broke through the confusion and landed a Sheer Cold. Sheer Cold is a one-hit KO move. It has a 30% chance of hitting the target, and will fail if the target Pokemon's level is higher than the user's. But even under all those conditions, it hit, and Sin was killed. 2 great team members. Down and out. Chad was with us for so long and pulled so much weight, and Sin got us through some really tough battles. Even with those losses, we were able to finish Glacia off and move on to the final Elite Four member, Drake. Drake's got a tough team, but we've got a Blubby, and she wanted revenge for her fallen comrades. She ice-beamed every single one of Drake's Pokemon. Just a straight-up massacre. And with that, it was on to the last battle. Steven Stone. I was legitimately nervous. I led with Spurky to take out his Skarmory as quick as possible, and Blubby was able to take out his Claydol and Aggron, but then came his Metagross. This might be the end. Metagross is Steven's strongest Pokemon, so I needed to hinder it as much as I could before it started doing serious damage. I knew his Metagross had Earthquake, which would definitely take out most of my team, so I had to have Spurky Kamikaze to get a paralysis off. Blubby came out again, and after a lot of hard work, finally beat the Metagross by spamming Surf. Teriyaki was able to finish his Cradily, and his final Pokemon was Armaldo. Gary's final revenge for getting booted from the team. I brought out Blobby because Teriyaki was pretty weakened, and after realizing she gets two-shotted by him, I knew she was gonna have to die. So with a heavy heart, Blobby pulled off her last surf, getting Armaldo in the red, and was killed. Teriyaki, the Pokemon who's been with us from the start, who's seen her friends die in front of her, the OG, refused to let any more murder happen. Onion, Corn, Zip Zap Zop, Squidward, Chad, Sin, Spurky, Blubby. Their zeros and ones won't go down in vain. One good kick to the head, and we did it. We completed the Pokemon Ruby Nuzzlocke. Teriyaki and Ari were the only survivors, but the whole team put in a lot of work to get us to number 1. A cheers to the true Mad Lads. Oh no, that door is not locked. I watched that woman just waltz right through, let me in right now, or I swear to— As a kid, my first video game experience was when my parents got me a Game Boy Advance when I was 5. I would lay on the couch sideways to be under the lamp so I could actually see the game, because otherwise it was like playing nothing. My parents eventually got me that big bulky light add-on so I wouldn't have to lean them on whenever I wanted to play Super Circuit. Those were classic childhood days I look back on fondly. It's weird how technology was so good, but also